Hello and welcome to the Intuitive Messenger channel. I'm called Mitchell and this is your energy forecast, intuitive development, and often spiritual teaching for today, Wednesday, November the 12th, as well as tomorrow, Thursday, November the 13th, 2014. As always, thank you for taking time to watch, retweet, post, subscribe, become a fan, do all that good stuff we do on social media. And I thank you those who are supporting me on patreon.com as well. So today the spiritual teaching is often based on kind of what's going on in my life, and Spirit kind of utilizes those as moments to teach and develop. So last night I got to be on A World Awakening, which is a radio program that George R. Lopez, who is a paranormal investigator for years and years and years, he does Dead Air Paranormal on Blog Talk Radio. But on Wednesday night, he teams up with Andrea Perrin, who Andrea was the eldest daughter from the movie The Conjuring, and she's written the trilogy of that experience for her and her family. And I've met both of them at Through the Veil in Atlanta the last 2 years, which I'm pretty sure the news will come out today that I will be teaching animal communication, intuitive animal communication at Through the Veil in this coming June. So it's like 9 months away, but more on that later. But I've met them, and last night they were doing an entire show kind of on pain, the emotional pain that a lot of people go through, and it was very much a beautiful healing show. And it's great to see, goodness, that was Tiffany. It's great to see and hear, groups and organizations, especially, like I said, George does just a lot of paranormal investigation, and he's opening up the spectrum and reaching out into more what I would call kind of spiritual part of it, which he believes and Andrea believes it all goes together, which is really cool, and why I love these guys and respect what they're doing and appreciate it. And it was funny because I was like, why do they want me, Mitch Osborne? And, it became clear two things. One, I am a different perspective. I come from, and I'm going to say, a little more lovey and light type of a place, a mushy-gushy place, rather than raw, down in the dirt kind of a place. And so it was kind of a different perspective, I think, for them to see and hear. But also, it was, for me, a nice challenge to step into an arena and an area where I don't necessarily get to be in that often. And I don't want to say it was like a full-on challenge for me, but it was definitely, a different area for me to be in, to feel different energy, to hear different stories than that I'm used to. And, I got off there thinking, that was so good for me personally. I loved being there, enjoyed it. I contributed to the conversation greatly. And go check it out. It's on my Facebook page. You can find it. But it was, like I said, it was a real good thing for me, because as my career continues to open up, I know that I'm going to be asked to step into more of these arenas. And I also know I'm going to be asked to step onto platforms and places where people fully don't understand what I'm doing, and they're going to ask tough, hard questions, preparing me for, either, skeptics or just in combative places. And it showed me again last night, not that last night was combative, but, I was in an arena where I was not that comfortable with, I can't just talk the free stuff, because, George asked me, so if you went into a house, how would you protect yourself from the, malevolent, dark, evil spirits that were there? And I understand those terminologies. I don't use them that often. I speak in things like dense, heavy energy. But and for me, it's just semantics. So it's just how the different ways we describe pretty much the same thing. But it's good for me to step into that. And, I could feel myself here in my office, in Central Florida, kind of doing that. All right, and I just speak from my heart, and it was beautiful. So the message for today: step out of your comfort zone. If you live in the tiny little bubble, not that you want to step out unprotected or, unwarranted, and not that you just want to step out and go, here I am, come get me. But when you feel led to step out of that comfort zone, and today I think is going to be a big day for many of you to do that. So there's your lesson for today. Energy and numbers for today. And Spirit has shown me, I think it's going to morph slowly, but you might see a big change in how I read and do stuff. But what I want people to know, and something I've talked about before, the numbers and the energies and the cards are all influences on you, and all messages and ideas of how the energy of today and tomorrow can be, the possibility of it, because it's always shifting, moving, and changing. But I was shown an image in my quiet time of martial arts. I'm not a martial artist, never studied it, but I know that there's one of the disciplines where if someone throws a punch at you, rather than blocking it, which takes a lot of energy, you grab it and utilize their force, their energy to flip them. In other words, you do the least amount of work utilizing their energy to get them out of your way, to flip them, to move them, to shift them. So basically, it's like it's like rather than damming up the river, you're allowing it to flow, and you're angling it. You might be putting something to angle it this way or angle it that way. You know, not necessarily, like I said, a dam, but maybe a different channel. So that's what I feel like the energy is working. So today is the number 12, and 12 for me is, you know, hangman energy, and that is you might feel stuck today. You know, but in that stuckness is where you get to contemplate, because you're not being rushed, you're not being pushed. So that's where you can utilize the power of the day, because you might feel so trapped. And then all you're doing is thinking, I got to get undone. I got to get undone. Stop. Take a breath. Because 12 boils down to 3. And the energy of 3 is birth, beginnings, starts, new ideas. So as you're feeling that trappedness, rather than fighting against it, relax into it and allow the new ideas to be born, the DNA to be changed, the butterfly to arise out of the cocoon. And then the card that I pulled for today from yesterday was the fox. That could be a sneaky, sly friend, or it could be a small business. You know, so that gives you kind of an idea. Okay, let me, you know, keep in mind there may be some sneaky slyness coming at me, or there may be something to do with my business, my small business, or creating a new one. Because I also pulled the Ace of Swords, which is often about a new idea or cutting things off. Again, cutting things off is a new beginning, because it may be that you cut the rope that has had you tethered to the cord, to the bank, riverbank, and you start flowing again. So new card for today, Lenormand, and we'll continue this realm of teaching. This is the coffin. So this is about endings. This is about bringing things to a close. This is about death. And you know, this goes along. So today you may feel things coming to an end. Again, rather than fight them, embrace them. You know, understand that all things will end. The only thing that I can come to understand that won't end is your personal soul energy. You know, you can't create or destroy energy. It just is transferred, and that's, I think, the one thing that will never end. But the moment, the body, the job, the relationship, you know, it's all going to end at some point. So embrace it and let it flow. And then the tarot to go along with that is 5 of coins. So this makes me feel like there's definitely something in and around work, business, and family. So, you know, because this card is a lot of destitution, feeling like you don't have enough, feeling the lack. And I would say this is where you can utilize the ending energy of today and the lack of, and in the belief that you have lack of, that you don't have enough. In that belief, you know, change it to something more positive. And we'll just set the intention right now. You are worthy, you are deserving. There is more than enough in the world for you, more than enough water, more than enough food, more than enough energy, more than enough abundance and money to pay your bills, and just continue to hold on to that. You may not know where it's coming from, but it is there, and there's more than enough. Shifting the energy to tomorrow, which is number 13, and that card that day is the death card. So we've got, once again, the coffin and death card are kind of echoing each other. They're clicking along. We had this on Sunday the 9th, which was bringing things to a close. So 13 tomorrow. There's more endings going on tomorrow, but 13 is also number 4, which is that emperor energy. And in that ending, you find yourself more balanced, because the Emperor is a great balanced masculine, feminine personality. So embrace the fact that these endings may bring about more balance in who you are. And that, again, that number doubles up, because all the numbers add up to 13, which add up to 4. So Lenormand to go along with tomorrow is going to be ring, commitment. This is 25, this is ring, and it's Ace of Wands, which is like a new idea. But ultimately, this is ring. This is about commitment, coming together. Again, this could be, like for me, this could be contracts. I know I'm receiving something via email today, just changing some things in my contract and agreement with my New York folks. But definitely, look for where there could be a contract, a proposal, a new engagement, signing the lease of your house, signing the mortgage papers. So that definitely is there. And then the tarot card to go along with it is Three of Swords. So this is more of dealing with the loss of a commitment, loss of something. And this is where you want to embrace it, because tomorrow is 13. That's the death card. So there definitely is probably going to be an ending of some sort of relationship, some sort of commitment, some sort of contract, some sort of job, something, because the Three of Swords is a lot of tears. It's a lot of releasing. So make sure you release in and through that, tomorrow. So I hope this way I read today, it wasn't too far from what I normally do, but it feels much more conducive to the masses and to people. And I think it's about taking this thing to another level. And what I believe is I'll probably see like the views and the subscription to this YouTube channel jump, because I'm shifting and I'm changing and letting Spirit take me along. I'm ending. I'm moving on. I'm kind of tears over the loss of what was. But right now, still doing what I'm doing. So thank you so very much for watching. Check out my website, intuitivemessenger.org. All the information for everything I do and talk about is there. Got some great spreads there. Saturday, in-person readings in College Park. Sunday, live with Jamie and I. And you can see all that on our Facebook pages and websites. Have an amazing day. Namaste. Bye-bye.